Aquarius, welcome to your April 2021 tarot reading. It's Rena here. And yeah, somebody pointed out to me that I hadn't posted a video for your sign. I still, I still am not too sure about that because even though I can't find it, I think I did record one. I might have just erased it or something. But it's possible I didn't do it because sometimes, when I'm looking at my list and I don't make I don't keep my playlist on point, then it's easy to get mixed up with the astrology reading. So there's a possibility there. I'm not trying to cover my butt, but better late than never. It's only the 3rd, so we can still do this thing. And I'm also going to pick a card from my new deck that I got last night, and it's called Beyond Lemuria. It's an oracle card deck, so you can be the first sign that gets just that in addition to the typical tarot reading. I did do a purely oracle reading for Aries last night, but I don't like working with oracle cards that way, just like pure oracle card readings. We'll see. I really like the tarot. So, anywho, I'm just going to lay out these cards right now for April. I feel that Tower card, can almost be Aquarius itself in a way, the Awakener. Oh, isn't that interesting? Okay. The heart of the matter is the Queen of Pentacles, so this is the theme here. So sometimes this can be the conundrum, should I become like the Queen of Pentacles? Or you are becoming like this person. If you're a man and you're saying, I'm not a queen, yeah, you have the feminine principle. The masculine and the feminine are present in all people to varying degrees, obviously. Aquarius is a masculine sign, so Aquarian women tend to have those masculine traits. I'm not talking about the way you look. That has nothing to do with it. I'm talking about the way that you approach life. Can tend to be more yang, the externalized energy. And like even somebody like me, I'm a Sagittarian, and that's another masculine sign. I'm also a woman. So even though I have a lot of, feminine planets and my inner planets, and I just, I'm not like rejecting that side of myself. I just feel like, and I spend a lot of time alone, I still feel like that masculine energy in terms of, being more out there, even if it's just energetically. It's hard to really articulate. But the point is that this is a double feminine energy. So there's that nesting instinct, that attention to the domestic area of life, and maybe even the acceptance of it in its place in your life. So, for instance, a woman who is an Aquarian who has been resisting this idea of motherhood because she doesn't want to be tied down, is starting to warm up to it. Or working from home. This is a big one with Pentacles. We're talking about practical matters, including, how you make money. And you may be like, hey, I was forced to work from home, but now I don't want to go back out there. So usually out there would be the masculine, and in your inner, I was going to say womb, but not that interior, just like your close quarters, you might be like really enjoying that, luxuriating in it, being the, being Susie Homemaker. In the past position, we have the Ace of Swords. this is a card of, to me, and I didn't see it in my book. They say something a little bit differently. They say something like, um, victory from, uh, circumstances that are very challenging. So you prevail, but you do so something that maybe had a negative origin. You're still able to prevail, and that one works for me. However, I really like this idea of coming out of the mental fog and really becoming clear about something. So again, sometimes this can be like way back, like being heavily indoctrinated in believing something, and that could have something to do with the Queen of Pentacles. Being a housewife is, or whatever you want to call a housewife. Yeah, we can just say a housewife is oppressive, or being a mother is oppressive, and you're able to sort that out. No, that was that person put that on me. That's not really me that thinks that. Or just, it can be denial. I see that as well, especially with the Tower card, this Tower moment. And sometimes that mental fog is like, the Tower can be an aha moment. It doesn't have to be some calamity. But yeah, the Ace of Swords to me sometimes is denial, especially if you have Mercury and Pisces as an Aquarian. I think that it's so easy to delude yourself because you have a very sensitive connection with your thoughts. They can really, it can be kind of disturbing if you're the typical Aquarian who wants to keep everything on an even keel and logical, and you have all these, emotional thoughts, these things that are coming to you that trigger your emotions, memories, ideas that you don't really jibe with, but you feel like you're being forced to believe. Um, but yeah, the classic thing could be like any kind of relationship issue where somebody has been lying to you and you're cutting through the lies. The higher message is the Tower card. So the point being that fearing change can cause an even greater calamity. And now I see that we have, as a Death card, that there is some kind of an issue probably surrounding you that has to do with your ability to relinquish control over it and allow it to just be what it's going to be. Because you're gonna, it's interesting because that I have the Queen of Pentacles there, because the Queen connects with the water element, and I think of Cancer in the fourth house and all of that kind of stuff. And you're going to have an eclipse in the fourth house in November in Taurus. So, these changes to your personal life, to your home base, to your career are inevitable in 2021 and 2022. So the more that you can take charge of those situations and not just kind of hold back, the more that you are going to feel in control. That's the irony. By not making changes, you may think that you are controlling a situation, but in fact, you're just prolonging the agony, because when the universe gets through with you and it takes care of that situation, it might be a lot messier. I think that's how I would put it. So if it's a relationship that needs to go, a job, whatever it is, what crosses you is the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles is an inheritance card. And we have the Death card here. So, of course, it goes without saying, this could have some kind of connotation with that as well. And the Queen can be the mother. So maybe some money. Mother's money, Queen of Pentacles. And realizing perhaps that someone, maybe a sibling or something like that, or a step parent, or maybe even your other parent or step parent, double crossed you, did something, And being able to just accept that without it destroying you is part of that, I suppose. But it's still up in the air because it's in the challenge position. It hasn't gotten sorted out. As a matter of fact, with the Tower card, even though I tend not to read this literally like the interpretation, but more like trying to make the bigger picture comment. But even like on the literal level, I mean, this could be something that comes out, a revelation about it. And we do have in April we have a full moon in Scorpio. The Death card connects to Scorpio. So it can be that is how all of this comes out. The other thing too is if this is work related, that full moon in Scorpio will fall in the 10th house. So that's your career sector. So that it is possible that this is a work-related matter. Maybe you were lied to about something. You were by your boss, and you have, seen the light, but you may still be hanging back and like, okay, now what do I do? With the Queen of Pentacles, this could certainly be a facet of you that is, gravitating towards working for yourself, working from home. And there's a kind of to me, if that is even somewhat like what you're dealing with, Aquarius, what I would say is that I think there's a lot of support for that. For instance, what's coming in, we have the Ace of Wands. So these are new beginnings, very fiery, very Aryan, that make you feel very happy, excited, enthusiastic about initiation. And this is also the wands are fire, so they are about independence. So not being, kind of tied to somebody else's, whatever you want to call it, place that you have. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said place. Being tied to somebody else's dictives, that you have some kind of ability to determine things for yourself. I don't think that Aquarius is a sign that would necessarily feel bad about working for somebody else. But one thing that you do not like to do is conform to others in a group, even though Aquarius rules the area of groups. That's the contrarian Aquarian conundrum. But yeah, I mean, if you have an intuitive or intelligent enough boss that they can sense the kind of person you are, they would never put you in that position of having to kowtow to somebody else and not have your own, not like take your ideas into account, because you're very brilliant and you think outside of the box, which is something that a lot of people don't do. So for instance, if you work in a corporate environment, that can be very difficult for you because you just don't, I was going to say you don't play nice with others, but you do play nice with others. You just don't, you're not a team player in the sense that you don't want to have to conform to other people's ideas. You know what I mean? So this may be an idea that comes to you, the Ace of Wands, something you're initiating. I would say like in the area of work. I mean, your own business, but certainly, if this is a private matter, this might be somebody that comes into your life that is a breath of fresh air. It could literally be a fire sign, which is very compatible for your sun sign. And I say that specifically because, for some people, that is not the only thing that they have to consider. But anyway, so we're talking about Aries, Leos, and Sagittarians. And then the outcome is the Death card. Change is inevitable. Embrace the changes that are occurring in your life. Realize that something is over. That can be, challenging in and of itself. You may refuse to believe that something is over. And once you do that, you release the resistance that may be kind of holding things back for you. And then you can have even more breakthroughs. Okay, I'm just going to cut this Lemurian deck in half. And I'm picking this top card. It's been very difficult to pick up these cards because the deck is new. Oh, interesting. So I got throat chakra, express your truth. Now let's see what it says in the book. I will be, after a while I'll be just paraphrasing because I really I feel like it's always so mechanical just to read from the booklet. But, since this is my first go around with these cards. Expression, communication, your own creative language, sharing your spirit, accepting your originality, truth, authenticity. This chakra is the origin of expression. It is a source of the life spark that inspires our aliveness and stokes the creative fires in others. And one thing to note is that Ace of Wands is very creative, a new creative endeavor. This is the outer sharing of our inner being, the glowing song of our soul on the winds of our flight to understand more of who we are. Connect to the crux of your potential and take it further than you could have imagined. As spirit fuses into the tangible, it actualizes as a platform for greater experience, and new facets are sculpted, seeded, and shared as a fractal of light in the form of our own unique language. And then they give advice. Restore. Be truthful. Oh, I wonder if restore means reversed. Probably. It probably means the opposite. Because I didn't read like the introduction and instructions on how to use it. So I'm not going to read that because I did pick it up right. Express your truth. Themes, how you share your spirit, your unique language, healing position, throat, color wash, vibrant, mid-blue. And those are like Aquarian colors, if I'm not mistaken. Those pinks and blues. Because I think the amethyst is associated with Aquarius. And maybe some, Celestine, I don't know. But anyway, that's what I have for you, Aquarius. I hope that you enjoyed this. Sorry for the delay. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.